song, it's red pill rage. This ain't a rap song, it's red pill rage. This ain't a rap song, it's red pill rage. This ain't a rap song, it's red pill rage.
It used to be a time that fairy tales were true. The king and the queen and all the pills were blue. But then the pill changed, the red pill's the truth. Forget the married life, I got better things to do. Stack money, travel the world. When you're getting it like that, you can pick out a girl. When you chase your own dreams, you can become a swirl. As many as you want, straight hair or curl. Single ready to mingle, the sky's the limit. Now I date women, gotta learn a language to get them. But they still grab my hand and beg me.
I'm going to give you a few tips on how you can make a girl chase you. 1. Do not compliment her on her physical beauty. 2. Put her in the friend zone. Trust me, it works. 3. Be a challenge to her. Do not text her every day. If she doesn't respond, do not double text.
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notifications button so you can get the videos as soon as I put them out. All right, guys, today we're going to be talking about why being a challenge make you better looking than what you think you are. Okay, and the reason why I'm talking about this is because most men have a hard time maintaining a challenge. And the reason why you have a hard time maintaining a challenge is because you're in a rush to convince the girl that you want her. You're in a rush to convince the girl that you're the ultimate guy that's going to treat her better than any other guy in the world.
Nigga, what?
So in a lot of cases, you're actually in a race with other men to see who can win her over, but all of you ultimately lose because of this type of thinking. So today I'm going to be breaking down why the littlest things in the world that you do to create a challenge to a woman is exactly what makes you look good. Because if you stop, right, and you look at the guys in the world, the real world, or even on TV and even in sitcoms, you would notice that most of the men that get women are not attractive. They're not in the best shape. They don't look good. They don't all have six packs and they don't all have beards. They're not all over 6 foot. They're not all rich. They're not all the perfect guy. The perfect guy is only in fairy tales.
I like a man with a little meat on his bones.
And for some reason, people would rather live out the fairy tale or try to compete with the fairy tale instead of accepting reality. So in reality, when it comes to a woman, she's gonna always be looking for the stronger alpha male. Not only stronger physically, but stronger mentally as well, but more stronger mentally because mental strength outweighs anything that a man could do. What do I mean by that? In other words, if you're mentally strong, then you can always stay focused. If you're mentally strong, then you can get over things and move forward. When you're mentally strong, you're going to be designated as a leader. When you're designated as a leader, it doesn't matter how tall you are. The greatest leaders in the world were always short men. And if you stop and look, most of the rich guys in the world are short men. Most guys that do have the women are short men. But a lot of short men be like, oh, I'm short, women don't like me. No, you have to make women like you. And one of the ways that you make women like you is by having mental challenges that constantly has her mind thinking, what are you thinking? That's what you have to understand. A woman's brain has to constantly be wondering, what is he thinking? You're not supposed to be telling a woman everything that's on your mind. You're going to bore her out. And like I tell you guys in a lot of videos, you like women to the point where women don't like you no more. Women don't want to wake up and all of a sudden there's just always a person that's just there to tell them that life is beautiful and life is great when she knows in reality that's not real. And that's where a lot of you guys fell at, trying to give a woman a fairy tale while she's living reality. All right, so today we're going to be going over how to maintain being a challenge so you look more attractive than what you think. Let's get to it. First, you have to understand women always love the chase. You have to implant that in your brain. Women love the chase. Women love the chase. Why is it so hard for you to implant that inside of your brain? It's because you are in competition with guys that are chasing her. You think if you don't get to the finish line before them, that you're gonna lose. Well, you gotta reverse that thinking. You gotta be the last one that notice her. See, when you're the last one that notice her, she's gonna always think that there's something else that has your attention. One thing that men have to realize in life, a woman's not gonna care if you're succeeding or you're failing, but she's gonna follow the order. What does that mean? That means that if she see you succeeding, then she's gonna tag along. When she see you moving forward without her, then she's gonna tag along. Whenever you're the guy who's going backwards in life, or you get in a relationship and you start to go backwards, well, that woman sees that you're not going forward and she turns around and she's gonna leave you. One thing that does not keep a woman around is how much you like her, how much you love her. None of that ever keeps a woman, because you would notice whenever you and her about to break up, you say, I love you and I like you more than you did the entire relationship. So understand, you have to be the guy that never notice her, because she has to always figure, why isn't he doing the same thing that all the other guys are doing? This is going to create a chase, which means that that woman's going to find herself throwing herself around you. She's going to find herself trying to talk to you, or she may be doing little stuff to touch you just to get your attention. But you have to realize, in order for a woman to do this, you also have to be a catch. You have to have something about you that she wants. You can't walk around into a room and just be the awkward person, not saying anything, and you start to think, oh, she's going to like me. No. You have to be the guy that your peers have already made you something, and she's just wondering why you're not doing the same thing as them. Silence is power. I do not know how to stress that even more. But when you learn to stay silent, she loves to chase because she wants to know everything. You just have to be the person that's not willing to talk your way out of her mind. Next, women are competitive. You must be used to talking to multiple women at once. All right, what do I mean by that? I'm not telling you to go get a whole bunch of girls' numbers and talk to girls that way to make them jealous. What I'm talking about is you got to learn to be in a room full of women, or you have to learn to see a group of women and know how to talk to each different girl in front of women. When you know how to talk to women in a group, like you can get around 5 girls and actually keep something going to where they respect you, that's going to make you attractive, especially if you do not try to get with any of them. So you have to master the art of communication. You have to master the art of conversing. What you guys do, you don't know how to converse. You know how to sit around a woman and talk yourself up and possibly give her some compliments, and that's it. You want to tell her about your accomplishments, your dreams, what you wanted to do. You're doing too much to have her thinking like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be with this guy, or maybe I should be with this guy because he has all these accomplishments and let me go ahead and tag along. No, that's showing that you don't have a personality and you're trying to find it in something else. That's what you're telling a woman. You can't get around and start talking yourself up whenever it comes to a woman. You got to know how to talk to where she's going to know like you're a fun person. So when you get used to talking around groups of women and approaching groups, not really approaching groups of women, because you don't have to approach when you're dealing with a group. It's easy to get a group of women talking. That's why you see so many reaction videos where they're interviewing more than one woman. It's because it's easy to talk to 2 women than it is once. You need to learn how to talk to multiple women. That's going to make you very attractive because it's going to show confidence. A lot of guys out here, you're still playing shy guy. You're thinking shy guy works. Shy guy don't work. And if it was still old school and you could write down on a sheet of paper, do you like me, yes or no, and pass it to a woman, you guys would do that shit. But with technology, you can't do that. So one thing that you guys have to master is actually talking to more than one girl at one time. Learn to talk to groups of women. That would make you look attractive, especially if you don't try to get with any of them. Next, get comfortable with being single. This is something awfully hard that it is for you guys to do, is to get comfortable being single. The reason why you must be comfortable with being single is the fact that that's the only way for you to find yourself. Now, when I say be single, I don't mean socially awkward. Two different things. A lot of you socially awkward introverts, you're actually just an awkward person. You're not necessarily single. You're just somebody who don't want to go outside, so you sit inside and you have your brain activated with everything that's online. You're a bot. You're on Shutter Island. When I say learn to be single, single people better themselves. Single people go to the gym. Single people find a purpose. Single people find a reason to do something. Even if they got to go out and get a pet dog. Look at me, I got dogs. Even if you have to go get something that's going to give you companionship. A single person says, all right, I'm going to live life by myself. I'm not worried about a relationship. I'm not worried about doing anything. The only thing I'm worried about is accomplishing my dreams. That's what a single person does. The single people that are walking around searching for love, you're never going to get it. If love is on your brain more than your purpose, you're never going to get it. You're always going to be in a relationship with people who are just like, all right, let me just be with you because you're there. You're going to always be throwing yourself on people, and every now and then you're going to get a woman that catch you, but then she's going to give you back when she realizes that you can't be the leader. Too many of you guys out here, you've been led by women, so it's hard for you to make the transition into being single and going out there on your own because you always think you need advice from a woman in order to succeed because that's what you're trained to do with your mom. No, you have to learn to be single to tell yourself, I don't want to be in a relationship. You know why you tell yourself you don't want to be in a relationship? So if you find yourself looking to be in a relationship, you put the standards up higher. All right, you put higher standards up. That way you know if you're getting in a relationship, it's the proper thing to do because you're happier being single. You have to understand, you must be single to be comfortable. So if a woman walks into your life, she has to prove herself more to being with you. Like with me, I'm single, right? I'm happy being single. I love being single, but I have girls that I deal with. But women know on this end when they dealing with me, if I'm gonna stop Anthony from being single, I have to be the ultimate girlfriend. I gotta be the ultimate wannabe wife. She has to be the ultimate woman that I think I can't live without. You know how hard that is? It's hard to compete with a man who's content with himself, but it makes the woman work harder to get you. That's where you gotta get to. You gotta love yourself more than you love her, and then eventually she'll love you. And loving yourself, guys, it's not running out buying a whole bunch of clothes, buying nice cars, buying materialistic things. Those things only make you look weak. You don't see it yet. But if you stop and look at the guys that women love, they're not too picky of a guy. They're just regular guys that like to do man shit. You guys got to learn to do man shit and be a man. Y'all too busy into the same thing as a woman, complaining, designer clothes, and materialistic stuff that you think make you, but it only makes you look weaker. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you guys are getting a message behind the video so you can ultimately understand you look sexier than what you think when you just trying to be you and not trying to be somebody else. But you have to be somebody interesting. If you was to meet the girl of your dreams right now, she says, what do you do all day long? What you gonna tell her? Oh, I watch all these videos and go in the comments. You can't tell her that. So always say, if I come across the girl of my dreams, what interesting thing will I be able to tell her that I do that distracts me from chasing women? That's the goal. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.